Welcome back to our channel US Coins World. Today, we're diving into the world of rare state quarter-dollar coins. Some of these could be worth a small fortune. If you've got quarters lying around, you won't want to miss this. Let's find out if you're sitting on hidden treasure. So let's continue our today's video on Top 1. Today we're diving into one very special coin that could turn out to be a fortune in your pocket, the 2002 Louisiana State Quarter from the United States of America. This coin, part of the popular 50 state quarters program, isn't just a piece of history. Under the right conditions, it could be worth thousands, yes, thousands, of dollars today. So, grab your magnifying glass, get comfortable, and stick around, because what we're about to reveal may just have you checking every coin jar in your house. Let's start with a little background. The Louisiana State Quarter was released in 2002, the third coin issued that year, and the 18th in the series overall. The 50 State Quarters program, launched by the U.S. Mint in 1999, aimed to celebrate the unique heritage and culture of each state in the Union. And Louisiana's coin? It's truly a beauty. The design on the reverse side of this quarter is rich with symbolism. It proudly features an image of the Louisiana Purchase, historic moment when the United States doubled in size, and includes a silhouette of the purchased land, along with a pelican, the state bird of Louisiana, and a trumpet with musical notes swirling through the air, celebrating the state's legacy as the birthplace of jazz. This coin is more than currency. It's a tribute to culture, history, and American expansion. But here's the twist: while millions of these quarters were minted and entered circulation, not all of them are created equal. Most are only worth face value, just 25 cents. But a select few have something special. A mistake. An imperfection. A minting error, and those errors? That's where things get exciting. Collectors know that rarity is king. The more unusual or hard to find a coin is, the more valuable it becomes. In the case of the 2002 Louisiana State Quarter, some coins were struck with significant minting errors that make them incredibly valuable today. What kind of errors, you ask? Let's talk about some of the most sought-after ones. First up, off-center strikes. This happens when the coin isn't properly aligned during minting. A portion of the design is missing, shifted dramatically to one side. These quarters are immediately recognizable and highly collectible. Then there are double die errors, where part of the design appears doubled. You might see doubled letters, numbers, or images. These are a favorite among collectors because they create such a striking visual difference. And let's not forget about clipped planchets, where a portion of the coin is literally missing due to a mistake during the cutting of the blank coin discs. Add in errors like improper alloy mixes, die cracks, and misstruck images, and you've got the ingredients for a coin that could be worth a small fortune. But condition matters too. Even a rare error coin won't reach its full potential value if it's scratched, dirty, or worn down from years of handling. Coins in mint state condition, especially those graded MS 65 or higher by a professional grading service, are what serious collectors are after. And when a coin is both rare and in pristine condition, that's when the magic happens. Now imagine this: a 2002 Louisiana State Quarter, with a rare mint error, in stunning uncirculated condition, tucked away safely for years. Such coins have been known to turn heads at auctions and surprise even seasoned collectors. So how much can one of these coins actually be worth? Well, get ready for this, because one such 2002 Louisiana Quarter, featuring a rare error and preserved in near-perfect condition, has been reported to be valued at an incredible $79,000. Yes, you heard that right. 79,000 US dollars. All from a single quarter that most people wouldn't give a second glance at. Isn't it amazing what can be hiding in plain sight? That little coin sitting in your change jar could be a hidden gem, just waiting to be discovered. So next time you get change from the grocery store, don't toss those quarters aside. Take a closer look. You never know, you could be holding a piece of history worth more than some people's cars. Top 2. We're taking a deep dive into the fascinating world of the 2019 Lowell Quarter, and trust me, you're going to want to stay with us until the very end, because this simple 25-cent coin might just blow your mind. That it's easy to overlook coins we see every day. They pass through our hands, sit in our pockets, get tossed in jars, forgotten. But every so often, there's a coin so unique, so rare, and so valuable, it turns the ordinary into the extraordinary. The 2019 Lowell quarter is one of those coins. Now, you might be thinking, 2019. That's way too recent to be valuable. And sure, it's a newer release. But as we all know in the world of coin collecting, age isn't everything. Rarity, condition, and errors can mean everything. Let's start with a bit of background. The Lowell quarter was released in early 2019 as part of the U.S. Mint's America the Beautiful series. This program ran from 2010 to 2021 and featured unique designs honoring national parks and historic sites from each state and territory. Massachusetts was represented by the Lowell National Historical Park, a tribute to the state's rich industrial heritage and the hardworking women who helped build it. The reverse side of the coin showcases a woman at a power loom, a nod to the famous Mill Girls of Lowell, who played a vital role in America's Industrial Revolution. The detailed background shows a factory with a massive clock tower, symbolizing innovation, industry, and progress. It's a beautiful, thoughtful design that captures a unique chapter in American history. But what transforms this quarter from a piece of modern change into a collector's dream? Let's talk about rarity, and more importantly, errors. While the U.S. Mint produced millions of Lowell quarters, only a tiny fraction have the characteristics that make them truly valuable. Some of these quarters were struck with minting errors so rare that collectors will pay thousands just to get their hands on one. One of the most famous and sought-after types of error in the Lowell quarter is the extra claw error, found on some 2019 coins struck in Philadelphia. In this variation, a doubling effect appears near the figure's hand at the loom, creating the illusion of an extra piece or finger. This error was caused by a misalignment or doubling during the die creation process, and it's incredibly rare. Another valuable variety includes quarters with die chips, die breaks, or cut errors, where excess metal appears in areas of the coin due to damage or defects in the minting die. These imperfections can be subtle or bold, but in either case, they make the coin one of a kind. And don't forget about the off-center strikes, where the image is misaligned, and struck through errors, where debris interferes with the striking process, leaving unusual and unique marks on the coin's surface. Collectors absolutely love error coins because they represent true anomalies in the minting process. They're often never meant to make it into circulation, but when they do, wow, they become instant treasures. Of course, like any collectible, condition is key. A Lowell quarter with a rare error is impressive, but a Lowell quarter with a rare error and in uncirculated, mint state condition? That's when the serious money comes into play. Coins graded MS-67, MS-68, or higher by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC are worth significantly more than their worn, circulated counterparts. Imagine finding a seemingly normal quarter in your pocket change, only to realize it has a rare doubling error, a crisp finish, and zero signs of wear. That's not just a lucky find, that's a potential life-changer. So now you're probably wondering, how much can one of these rare Lowell quarters actually be worth? Well, buckle up, because a 2019 Lowell quarter with the right combination of rarity, error, and condition has been valued at an eye-popping $79,000. Yes. You heard that right. $79,000 for a single quarter. It's stories like this that remind us why collecting coins isn't just a hobby, it's an adventure. A single coin could turn a quiet day into an unforgettable one. So the next time you're handed change at the store, don't be so quick to toss it aside. Take a closer look. Study the details. You just might be holding a hidden gem. Top 3. We're talking about the 2008 Oklahoma State Quarter, a coin that may be hiding in your collection, and it could be worth a lot more than you think. Now, at first glance, a quarter might seem like just another coin in your pocket or loose change jar. But as any seasoned collector will tell you, not all quarters are created equal. Some are far more valuable than others, and today we're going to break down exactly why the 2008 Oklahoma State Quarter could be worth a small fortune. Let's start with a little history. The Oklahoma State Quarter was released in 2008 as part of the U.S. Mint's 50 State Quarters program. This program, which ran from 1999 to 2008, featured a unique design for each state, showcasing that state's rich history and culture. For Oklahoma, the design showcases a beautiful, iconic image, a soaring American buffalo on the plains, with a Native American shield and a banner that reads, Oklahoma. The buffalo is not only a symbol of the state's history but also a representation of the strength and resilience of the American people. This quarter was designed to honor the state's heritage, and it certainly captures the essence of Oklahoma, but here's where things get interesting. As with any coin, the condition, rarity, and any unique features or errors play a huge role in its value. The 2008 Oklahoma State quarter wasn't minted in extremely limited quantities, it was produced in the millions. So why are collectors so excited about this coin, and what makes it stand out in the crowded world of state quarters? First, let's talk about rarity. While millions of these quarters were minted, only a small fraction of them will ever be in pristine, uncirculated condition. Coins that have been used in everyday transactions are likely to show signs of wear, making them much less valuable to collectors. However, if you manage to find one of these quarters in perfect condition, free from scratches, dents, or discoloration, you've got a much more valuable piece of history on your hands, but it's not just about condition. The Oklahoma State quarter, like many coins, has a few special errors that have made it particularly attractive to collectors. One of the most sought-after variations is the double die error. This happens when the coin is struck twice, creating a slight overlap in the design. If you have an Oklahoma quarter with this error, it's not just a regular coin, it's a rare collectible with a unique, one-of-a-kind flaw. These error coins can be incredibly valuable because they stand out from the regular, mass-produced examples. Error coins, as any experienced collector knows, can skyrocket in value simply because they're rare and unique. Another feature that can affect the value of these quarters is the mint mark. The Oklahoma State quarter was minted in several different locations, and the mint marks can make a difference in value. Quarters from the Philadelphia Mint are marked with a P, while those from the Denver Mint are marked with a D. Some collectors prefer coins from certain mints, and in rare cases, certain mint marks can increase the value of the coin, especially if there's a mistake or anomaly associated with it. So, what's the big deal about this coin, and how much can it be worth? Well, if you happen to have a 2008 Oklahoma State quarter in mint condition, or one with an error like a double die, you could be looking at a seriously impressive value. In fact, depending on the rarity of the error or the condition of the coin, it could be worth $73,000, yes, you heard that right. $73,000. That's right, just one 2008 Oklahoma State quarter could fetch you an amount that could change your life. It might sound unbelievable, but this coin's rarity, historical significance, and potential errors make it an incredibly valuable find. Now, you might be wondering, how do I check if my Oklahoma quarter is worth that kind of money? The first step is to inspect your coins carefully. Look for any noticeable damage or wear. If it looks brand new, you could be in luck. Then, check for any potential minting errors like a double die. If you're unsure, it's always a good idea to have your coins evaluated by a professional. And remember, the condition of the coin is key. Anything less than pristine could drop its value dramatically. Top 4. We're diving into a coin that might just be sitting in your collection, waiting to be discovered for its hidden value. We're talking about the 1999 Pennsylvania State Quarter, one of the most sought-after coins in the United States Mint's 50 State Quarters program. If you're a coin lover, this one is sure to catch your attention, especially when you hear what it could be worth. Let's start with a little history. The 1999 Pennsylvania State Quarter was released as part of the U.S. Mint's iconic State Quarters program, which ran from 1999 to 2008. Each state was honored with its own unique quarter design, and for Pennsylvania, the coin showcases a rich historical image, a depiction of Independence Hall, where the Declaration of Independence was signed, and the Liberty Bell, one of the most famous symbols of freedom in America. It's a beautiful representation of Pennsylvania's pivotal role in the founding of this nation. Now, you might be wondering, what makes this particular quarter so valuable? Well, like most coins, its value depends on a few key factors, with rarity and condition being the most important. The 1999 Pennsylvania quarter was minted in large numbers, but finding one in perfect, uncirculated condition is where the real value lies. Coins that were used in circulation, naturally, show wear and tear. The more used the coin is, the less valuable it becomes. But if you happen to have one that's still in pristine condition, free from scratches, discoloration, or any signs of wear, you've got something special. But here's where it gets even more interesting. There's more than just the general condition to look out for. The 1999 Pennsylvania quarter, like many coins, has some error varieties that make it even more desirable to collectors. For example, one of the most sought-after errors on this coin is the double die error. This happens when the coin is struck twice, leading to a slight overlap in the design. If you find a 1999 Pennsylvania quarter with this kind of mistake, you're holding something rare and unique. Error coins are a collector's dream because they are, by nature, one of a kind. Beyond errors, there are some other features that make the 1999 Pennsylvania quarter stand out. The mint marks on these coins are also important. Some of the coins were minted at the Philadelphia Mint and bear the P Mint mark, while others were struck at the Denver Mint and have the D Mint mark. Depending on the mint mark, some collectors may place a higher value on certain versions. If you have a coin with an unusual minting or variation in the design, the value could go even higher. But in general, the rarer or more unique the coin's characteristics, the more sought after it will be. Now, let's talk about the big reveal, the price. We've been talking about how this quarter could be worth more than just face value, but how much is it really worth if you find a 1999 Pennsylvania state quarter in excellent condition, or with a rare error? Brace yourself because this coin, depending on its quality and uniqueness, could be worth a staggering $72,000, yes, you heard that right, $72,000 for a single quarter. It's a jaw-dropping number, but it's the reality when you factor in the rarity, historical significance, and potential for error. Imagine stumbling upon this coin in your collection or even finding it while going through your pocket change. It's one of those instances where a little research and attention to detail could turn a small coin into a life-changing find. So, how can you check if you have one of these valuable coins? First, take a good look at its condition. If it's in flawless, uncirculated condition, you're already in a good spot. Then, check for any possible errors. Look closely at the design. Does it appear that the coin was struck twice, or is there any unusual overlapping of images? If so, congratulations, you could be holding an incredibly rare piece of numismatic history. Remember, coin collecting isn't just about finding coins, it's about understanding the history, the rarity, and the value that each one carries. The 1999 Pennsylvania state quarter is a perfect example of how a seemingly ordinary coin can hold extraordinary value. Whether you're a beginner or a seasoned collector, this is one coin you don't want to overlook. Top 5. We're taking a closer look at the United States of America 2017 Ozark Riverways Quarter, a coin from the America the Beautiful Quarters series that has captured the interest of collectors across the country. But what makes this coin stand out? And how could a simple 25-cent piece possibly be worth thousands of dollars? Stay tuned, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly why this quarter deserves your attention. Let's begin with a bit of background. The 2017 Ozark National Scenic Riverways Quarter was part of the U.S. Mint's America the Beautiful Quarters program, which started in 2010 and continued through 2021. This particular coin celebrates the natural beauty and cultural heritage of Missouri's Ozark National Scenic Riverways, a stunning landscape known for its crystal-clear springs, historic mills, and peaceful rivers. The design on the reverse of the coin features Alley Mill, a picturesque red mill that's been standing since 1894, sitting beside a peaceful stream. The level of detail in the image is truly remarkable, you can almost hear the water flowing and the mill turning. It's a tribute not just to the beauty of the Ozarks, but also to the hard-working spirit of the American people during the early days of industry. The obverse, of course, carries the familiar portrait of George Washington, linking this beautiful scene to the legacy of American coinage. Now, while the Ozark Riverways Quarter is beautiful to look at, it's the rarity and errors associated with certain versions of this coin that have turned it into a high-value collectible. You see, millions of these quarters were minted for everyday use. They passed through hands at gas stations, vending machines, grocery stores, you name it. But just like with any large minting process, not every coin came out exactly the same. Some of these quarters were struck with errors, and those errors are what have coin collectors absolutely buzzing. The most notable and valuable of these are the double die errors, where the coin is struck twice in slightly different positions, creating a noticeable doubling effect on the text or design. Imagine looking at the words Ozark Riverways or Missouri and seeing them appear doubled, like a shadow image. That's what makes these coins pop in the eyes of collectors. Other rare errors include off-center strikes, where the design is shifted from the center of the coin, or die cracks, where the pressure from the minting process leaves behind a raised line on the coin's surface. These kinds of imperfections, while mistakes from the mint's perspective, are gold mines for collectors. Why? Because they're rare. They're unique. And in the world of coin collecting, unique is another word for valuable, but it's not just errors that add value, condition is everything. A coin found in pocket change that's been through years of wear will never be worth as much as one that's in pristine, uncirculated condition. That means no scratches, no tarnish, no dents, just a perfect shine, as if it was freshly minted yesterday. Collectors and appraisers alike put a premium on coins that have been well preserved, often kept in protective sleeves or never circulated at all. So what happens when you combine a rare minting error with perfect condition? You get a jackpot for collectors. And that's exactly what's happened with a few known examples of the 2017 Ozark Riverways quarter. These rare finds, featuring error types like double die or off-center strikes, and preserved in mint state condition, have been sold or valued for a truly jaw-dropping amount. And now, here comes the part you've all been waiting for. If you happen to have one of these rare and flawless 2017 Ozark Riverways quarters with a unique minting error, it could be worth as much as $70,000. Yes, you heard that right, $70,000 for a single quarter. Just imagine that, a coin you might have in your change jar, your car's cup holder, or tucked away in a collection box could be worth more than a brand new car or even a down payment on a house. So what should you do? Go through your coins. Take a close look at those quarters, especially any from 2017 that feature the Ozark Riverways design. Use a magnifying glass, check for doubling in the lettering, any misalignments, cracks, or strange markings. And if you think you found something special, it might just be worth getting it professionally graded. Coin collecting is not just a hobby, it's a treasure hunt. And every once in a while, the treasure is real. The 2017 Ozark Riverways quarter is proof that even modern coins can carry extraordinary value if the right circumstances align. Thanks for joining us today. If you found this video interesting, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring that notification bell so you never miss another coin discovery that could be sitting right in your pocket. Until next time, keep collecting, keep searching, and as always, happy hunting.